a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not, cause I stepped in my zone when I put it to the I'm about to get it in, yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
Optimus Prime.
I can't hit the ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
It's Tebow. He's running all the way back to the left of the 5-yard line. Stretches it out. That's Anthony D. He gets out to the 25. He breaks another tackle to the 30, the 35, the 40, 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25. There's nobody near him.
No flags.
What a play.
Anthony D goes the distance. D stands for distance. Come the Clippers. On the low block, kick out, downtown, Yahtzee! By Landry, 0-0, 0-on-0. Caruso from downtown, knocks down a triple.
In front of the goal mouth, they jump for it. The header finds the back of the net. Hadley Camo with a spectacular play.
Sports give kids so much more than wins and losses. They build confidence, teamwork, leadership, resilience, lessons that prepare them for success in school, in careers, and in life. None of that matters if kids aren't safe. A concussion, an injury, or unsafe conditions can end a child's sports journey too soon. Safe Sports Network is there, on the sidelines, in schools, and in our community, preventing injuries, responding to emergencies, and guiding kids safely back to the games they love. With every donation, you're not just funding a program, you're protecting kids' futures. You're investing in safer fields, gyms, and rinks. Please join us. Support Safe Sports Network, because every child deserves to play safe.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Stello Stadium here in the Gate City of Nashua, New Hampshire. You are watching Northeast Junior High School football on the highlight guy. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. We've been here all day. Game 5 of 6 on the docket. It is the Derry Wolverines JV team taking on the Nashua Cougars JV team. It has been a full day of football, and we are at just about the main event here as these two teams will do battle. The coin toss taking place out in the middle of the 50-yard line. You see the coin hit it, and it looks that the Wolverines have won the toss. They will defer, so apparently the Cougars will receive the opening kickoff. The Wolverines going to go left to right on your screen. They're in their Michigan-type uniforms or your Delaware Fighting Blue Hen uniforms, depending on which team you choose to support. On the right side, it will be the Cougars in their black uniforms with their Columbia numbers going right to left. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, along with some other cancers that are the scourge that is cancer we're trying to defeat. You'll see some of the players down there today wearing their pink gloves or pink socks, all kinds of pink everywhere. The officials will be using pink whistles. And through the month, the end of September, all the way through October, you will see the players and officials, regardless of level, using the color pink to support breast cancer awareness. Yesterday, we went to Milton, Massachusetts. We covered the NCAA Division III game between Curry College and Nichols College, and we were witness to the all-time NCAA rushing leader, 522 yards on 20 carries. That's 26.1 a clip, 7 touchdowns. Monty Quinn set an NCAA record yesterday. We were fortunate enough to call it with the Northeast Sports Network, and it was a great day in Milton, Massachusetts, and now we are back here at home at Stello Stadium, Mata Field, the beautiful Mata turf. You can see the shadows starting to reappear left to right on your screen. I want to thank you all for joining us here. Ryan Ray from Manchester Central Little Green joined me up in the booth for the last 2 games. Saved my voice a little bit. Always great insight when you get to catch up with Coach Ray and some of the insight that he has and some of the stories, most of which he can tell. It was a great afternoon here. So we are down to our final 2 games. The booth is full. The sun is shining. Beautiful day here on the banks of the Nashua River. We're about to get underway. The Wolverines set to kick off left to right from their 40-yard line. And here we go. It is off to the numbers on the right side. It will stay in bounds, gathering it there, trying to get ahead of steam. Unable to get vertical was number 23. That was David Butler. He was cut down. Looked like number 39 for the Wolverines. Grayson Shank on that tackle. Cougars will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Again, the Cougars wearing their black uniforms, their Columbia numbers. These Cougars, a lot of them will go on to play for Nashua North High School. Of course, the Wolverines will be playing for Pinkerton Academy down the road. And here we go. Twins to the right, split end left. Good penetration into the backfield, ripped down. And good penetration by number 79. And maybe it was 78 because we don't have a 79 on the roster. So could have been Jean Andre. 72 it was. Camden Radonis. There's my spotter. That was Ty Hickey, I believe, on the carry. Little sniffer action, quarterback keeper around the right side. This is number 80 trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He will find the sledding tough. He gets stacked up. That was Aiden Hazelton leading the charge. On the carry was Damian Calvin. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd down. We'll call it 12. So the Cougars will employ trips to the field, single receiver side to the boundary, shotgun snap, 4-man front and press man-to-man coverage being employed here, which means there's probably a blitz coming, and here he comes. Calvin avoids it and gets down to the 30-yard line, trying to get to the 31, coming up just a bit short. That's going to set up a 4th down. You could see the Wolverines were in press coverage on the outside, signifying some type of a blitz was probably coming from the second level. It's going to set up a 4th down. We'll call it 6 or maybe 7 for the Cougars. Motion into the backfield. Here comes a quarterback counterplay. He got outside of his block. Does he have enough to get the first? Has his feet running. Going to be ripped down at about, we're going to call it the 34-yard line. I think it's going to be a turnover on downs. It will, in fact, be the case. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. And they will set up shop in Cougar territory at the 29-yard line. Jason Roby calling all the action for you here today. Game 5 of 6 here on The Highlight Guy. Steve Cody, as always, is the man on the moving pictures. And we want to thank you all for joining us. It's been a full day of football. We are in the penultimate game. One more to go after this, the clash of the unbeatens. Wing to the left, split end right in the wing T. It'll be a power off to the left-hand side. He breaks contain, giving chase, and he'll be cut down there by number 29, Ty Hickey, but a good first down run for number 11, Aiden Hazelton. And Hazelton will pick up a good 6-yard chunk on first down. And he is inside the 30-yard line down to the Nashua 28. A lot of these players will play for their local high schools. For those of you that know that Pinkert Academy, they are a wing T-based team through and through, and you'll see that employed here today. Wing to the right, slot to the left. We see it, little belly fake. Quarterback rolling out to his right, tries to stiff arm. He does, but he's going to be ripped down. It was a good initial throw down. There is a flag on the field. Not sure what the call will be. They're going to call face mask against the offense. So for those of you watching at home, the offensive player is allowed to touch the defensive face mask, but they are not allowed to wrap their fingers around it. And so it wasn't a true stiff arm. It was a face mask call. We'll see how the Cougars handle this penalty. They'll probably move him back. So it is a personal foul, so it's going to be 15 yards. Cougars going to march him backwards. We'll replay the down with 7:08 to go here in the first quarter. So we'll call it 2nd down and about 19. They'll break the huddle. Wing right, split left. 2 backs in the backfield. Quarterback under center calling signals. And they'll run the power play. That ball's on the carpet, and it's going to be recovered, I think, by Nashua. We'll have to clear it out and see. And that is the case. So the first turnover of the day goes against the Wolverines. It'll be 1st and 10 for Nashua from the 40-yard line. Signal will come in from the sideline. For years, this Pinkerton team has been a 4-3 team. They have played around with a 3-man front and a 4-2-5 look, but it looks to be a 4-3 look, now even maybe a 3-4. Quarterback power off to the left side. Good fill by the linebackers. Everybody not following the same white jersey. They're going to say the forward progress was stopped on the quarterback, Calvin. Coming out of that pile was number 22. That was Blake Robinson, but the play had already been blown dead. Minimal gain on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 9. Trips employed to the boundary, split end to the field side. Calvin takes the snap, looks. They were bringing heat. Calvin escapes 1 block and a second. And he'll get knocked out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 44. And the Wolverines' ears were pinned back on that one. They were bringing pressure from every angle, and that's one of those things where if you're bringing pressure, somebody's open right now. You got to get rid of that ball. You find your hot receiver, which is someone that should be sitting down. And if it was straight man-to-man, you got to take a shot over the top. Third down from the 44-yard line. Twins to the right and left. Clock will run. The game has started a little bit early, so for those of you just joining us, thank you for joining the broadcast. There's an out route. Nobody there. Got to get vertical so you can get that first down, and he does just that. Nice little pitch and catch there for the Nashua Cougars as number 3, the recipient of that pass. That was Carter Queenan. And a good job by Damian Calvin controlling that snap and getting it out of his hands quickly. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They are in Wolverine territory. They'll employ trips to the left, split end into the boundary. One back joining Calvin in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Calvin rolls to his left. He can run if he wants to. Ball was going forward. I think they're going to call a fumble. They are. Looks like the beanbag is down. First down for the Wolverines. And if Calvin takes that ball and he runs with it, he might still be running, but I think he saw something and there was pressure coming from the backside. Caught Calvin. He coughed it up. It'll be 1st and 10, so 1 turnover for each team now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. From the Nashua Cougar 40, we'll call it the 47. Twins to the right, wing left. We'll actually call that slot right. Shotgun snap, flips the ball in his hand. All kinds of time. Got to stay in your running lane. And he's going to tuck it and go and going to head to the sideline. Stays in bounds, takes a shot before heading out of bounds. We have a flag, now 2 flags back at the 32-yard line. And they're going to get a holding call against the Wolverines. So another self-inflicted wound for the Derry Wolverines as they get called for holding. And there are 2 flags, so clearly 2 people saw the same thing. That'll back them up 10 yards. Cougars lucky on that one. And one of the things you want to tell your team when you are putting pressure on the quarterback, it's imperative that you stay in your lanes, especially against a team that's going to run a lot of waggle action against you. Waggle is a rollout by the quarterback. And if you play a waggle team and you come underneath in that C-gap, he's going to tuck that ball, get on his Pontiac and ride, and that's exactly what he did there. Wing right, slot left, motion, 2 backs in the backfield. Here comes your speed sweep, and there is nobody out on the perimeter for Nashua. And that is number 25, still running, finally tripped up. So that was number 28 for the Cougars on the tackle, Toby Bong, but not before a huge pickup on first down to create a first down, rather. So after all of that, Wolverines, there's an old saying, he who stands in holes should stop digging. And the Wolverines did just that. 1st and 10. Wing left, split right, 2 backs in the backfield, weak. They'll run a power play to the left side and a nice job on the lead block. And wow, good form tackle there as 7 and 11 meet. And a good tackle by Isaiah LeBoy. That was Aiden Hazelton on the carry. A nice lead block, by the way, number 30 for the Wolverines. That was Cash Mooneyhan. 2nd down, we'll call it 7. 3:47 to go. Play was out of bounds, so the clock will stop. Fast-paced action here, Stello Stadium, Mata Field. Well, thank you all for joining us here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Wing is right, tight end is left. So a double tight end. Here's your waggle look, and there's nobody now. Here they come. And a good job there. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. You watch that on replay. Damian Calvin did a nice job of maintaining outside leverage. You know that when they run waggle, that tight end is going to run a corner route. And we used to teach our kids, anytime we played against a team that ran waggle, just get to where the routes are going. They'll run right to you. And that's exactly what happened there. And Calvin maintained the edge and was able to keep the play inside of him. That's going to set up a big third down here. Third, and we'll call it a long 7 for the Wolverines. Wing is right, split end left. 2 backs in the backfield. Barkin signals under center, far hash. Here comes a little isolation play, and the wing was the lead blocker. Nice job of bouncing out. Got to maintain your leverage there. And that was LeBoy again, knocking him out of bounds. That was number 30, Cash Mooneyhan again on the carry. And what they like to also do from the wing tee is take that wing and use him as a lead blocker. They fold him inside, and he isolates that linebacker. And that's exactly what happened there. First and goal for the Wolverines. They are inside the 5-yard line, knocking on the door. Wing right split, 2 backs in the backfield. Here's the same exact play. This time it scores the touchdown. It was the exact same play, and Mooneyhan virtually walks into that end zone for a 6-0 Wolverine lead. Hey, stay up to date with all the Highlight Guys' upcoming live streams. Subscribe to THG Sports Network and our YouTube channel today, and never miss out on the games you want to see. Just go to thehighlightguy.com, choose the live stream page, and click the buy button. For YouTube, search The Highlight Guy and hit subscribe. We thank you in advance. All right, 2-point conversion coming up here. It does not look like they're setting up to kick the ball. They'll break the huddle. Again, wing right, twins to the left, 1-back shotgun formation. 1 step, swing route, and it will be dropped. Forward pass, it is incomplete. Was intended for number 22, Blake Robinson, providing the coverage, maybe getting a hand in there last second was Lucas Hernandez. So with 2:53 to go here in the first quarter, your score, the Nashua Cougars 0 and the Derry Wolverines 6. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy, and we'd like to thank our newest sponsor and welcome them to our team, Luke's Bar and Grill. They were founded in 2019. Luke's Bar and Grill has grown quickly thanks to loyal guests and an incredible staff. Their mission is to provide a welcoming space with great food, refreshing drinks, and an atmosphere that always feels like home. So whether you're here for dinner, drinks, or just to unwind, Luke's is constantly evolving to make every visit better. Find them at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. All right, the ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. Look like Anthony Piasek will do the honors. The ball hits at about the 40, and it's inbounds. It's a live ball, still on the ground, and it looks like the Cougars come away with it. So living dangerously there. That is a live ball after 10 yards. And we've seen several of the Derry teams use that very play today where they kick it kind of outside the numbers, and they've even gotten one of them today. So I'm sure the adjustment will be made by the Cougars on the sideline. Kicking game very, very important here and can make all the difference in the world, especially in a close game. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 35-yard line. They'll employ trips to the field, split end to the boundary, shotgun formation. Calvin barking signals. Max Pro, he'll roll to his left and fire one up. It's a rainmaker, and it falls out of bounds at the 50. It looked like it was intended for number 29, Ty Hickey. And, of course, you'll watch that back on the Highlight Guy replay, but you almost wonder if Calvin had an opportunity to keep that ball and run it to the outside. 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars. All right, they'll dot the I behind the quarterback. Calvin barking signals. Twins to the left. And too much penetration into the backfield. Those plays are just taking too long to develop. You've got to have good upfield blocking. The Wolverines have their ears pinned back as Hernandez, just as he's getting the ball, he is getting grabbed by 3 or 4 Wolverines. And how do you beat that, you ask? Well, if you have some kind of a middle screen or some kind of an outside jailbreak screen game, that slows down the rush of the defense. You also might want to think about going on a different snap count, getting the Wolverines to jump off sides. Those are things that you have to employ in order to give yourself a little more time. Fired up and incomplete into double coverage. Was looking for a penalty, but 2 guys were playing number 19, Lucas Hernandez. That time, good protection up front by the offensive line, so maybe a little better on the pass block than the run block. But that's going to set up a 4th down. We'll call it 16 for the Cougars. Trips to the boundary. Shotgun snap. Calvin rolls to his right and going to try his luck. He just runs out of real estate on that far side. And it'll turn over on downs. Speaking of real estate, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Deb Cody from the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal is a luxury realtor. She's licensed in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts and can assist you with your real estate goals. The Dow Group is the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire, so contact Deb at 603-945-2763 or email Deb at thedowgroup.com. That's Deb, D-E-B, at thedowgroup.com. May have been a penalty on that last play. I think it was declined, so the Wolverines will set up shop 1st and 10 at the Cougar 40. I want to thank you all for taking time out of your day to join us here on the Highlight Guy. This is our 5th of 6 games here this evening. We started our first game at 8 a.m. That's right, 8 a.m. So if you know the Patriots scored, don't tell me. I recorded the game. Wing is to the left, slot to the right. We'll call it Twins right. Shotgun formation. Motion comes to trips. They'll run the counter play back into the boundary, and a good play at that. And that is number 30. You cannot push the pile in youth football or high school football. I think a lot of people are watching on Sundays and college games and tush pushes and all this stuff. Got to be careful there. We've seen it called in high school games 3 times so far this year. We saw it called in a college game yesterday. Cannot tush push in youth football. All right. I digress. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines as they are just shy of the 25-yard line, and they are threatening to go up by 2 scores here at Stello Stadium. Wing is to the left, slot right, shotgun formation. Mooneyhan, lead block. Here comes the wing back on a wing counter, and off to the races. He gets pushed down, but not before he finds the end zone. That was Blake Robinson. And Robinson is into the end zone for the touchdown. Nice run. Good job of blocking out front by the Wolverines. 46 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Your score, Derry 12 and Nashua 0. 2-point conversion coming up. They'll run it from the 3-yard line. We saw one level of football today try to kick the extra point. They actually got one of them to go. Coach Ryan Ray from Manchester Central may have been the good luck charm for them. Wing is to the right, slot to the left. Here comes your counter. He's going to just walk into the end zone. There was a little bit of over pursuit there, somebody not reading their keys. And you never want to, youth football is a funny thing. You never want to look into the backfield because the running backs will lie to you. Watch your offensive linemen. They will tell you where the ball is going. So for all of you people out there that are watching football on a Sunday or a Saturday, don't look at the quarterback. Don't look at the backs in the backfield. Watch the offensive line. They will tell you where the ball is going. Very infrequently will they lie to you. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't, especially in the wing T offense, which is what you are seeing employed here today. Tell you what, you're watching on the highlight guy, and the next time Derry has the ball, watch the offensive line, and you hit us up and tell us if they're lying to you. Right foot meets football. Near hash, it's going to be blown dead. We got a flag down. That's usually in the area of offsides or illegal procedure or encroachment, whatever you want to call it. And that's what the referee is, in fact, saying. So they'll back it up 5 yards. And they'll kick it off from the 35-yard line. And, of course, the wing T is what everybody used to run in high school football back in the 70s, 80s, and even in the early part of the 90s. And then they went away from it when the spread became all the rage. And now nobody knows how to run the wing T or how to scout it. And it is it's like going back in time. Love it. Here's the kick. This one goes near hash. It was touched in play. And the knee will touch down at about the 30, we'll call it 38-yard line. We'll see where the referee marks it. Yeah, that is the case. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars, 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Hey, Bouvier Prepare provides comprehensive college recruiting consulting services for student athletes and their families. If you're looking for guidance in the process for playing college lacrosse, field hockey, soccer, and volleyball, Bouvier Prepare can provide a personalized plan for success. Contact them at bouvierprepare@gmail.com or call 603-465-1102. Trips to the right. They try to run into the boundary, and Damian Calvin met rudely there on the near side. Like Cole LaMarche was in there. And some of his friends, Brennan Voisin as well. And that is going to do it for the first quarter here from Mata Field at Stello Stadium. We'll switch sides. It is 14-0, the Wolverines over the Nashua Cougars. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back with second quarter action right after these messages. You are watching The Highlight Guy.
Hi, this is Ryan from Earth Tech Systems in Harvard, Massachusetts, taking a look at the first step of our geothermal installation. Let's go check it out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Stello Stadium, Mata Field here in the gate city of Nashua, New Hampshire. Jason Roby and Steve Cody along with the highlight guy calling all the action for you. Second quarter just about to start here. Second and 13, we'll say, for the Cougars. Here comes a speed sweep to the field. He's got to get vertical at some point and never try to cut back on a speed sweep. That is the cardinal sin. There's a flag on the backside, usually in the spot of holding. Yep, that's exactly what it'll be. So they'll bring him back 10 yards. That is a spot foul. But usually on your speed sweep, what you have to remember is the cavalry is coming. You're trying to get to that sideline where there's maybe one defender, maybe two. Back on the inside, there's 9 more guys. So when you cut back, there's usually a handful of guys waiting for you. So if you do cut back, you got to get vertical, meaning find the seam, find the hash mark, and get north and south. I think maybe that penalty was declined, and it was, so it'll be 3rd down and 11. Trips to the bottom of your screen, split end up top. Shotgun snap, rolling right, taking a shot down the field, has a man, and it's a catch. And a good one at that. Number 29, the receiving end of that one was Ty Hickey. And a pretty ball thrown there by Calvin. So it'll be 1st and 10. And they are in Wolverine territory. So 45-yard line, trips to the top of your screen, split end to the bottom, shotgun. And here comes Calvin again. This is a run all the way, and he's just going to run out of real estate on the near side. And that is a tough go of it. He might lose a yard on that play. We'll call it 2nd down and 11 for the Cougars. Cougars in their 4-man front. You're going to get some press man-to-man here, which means there could be some kind of a stunt coming. Someone could be open. Nice stick and good drive by Calvin. Number 72 was on that tackle. That was Camden Radonis. And no one there to help up Calvin. They just kind of left him to his own devices, and the official had to help him up. So I'm sure that'll be a point of interest at practice on Monday is, hey, hang around, help your guy up. Twins to the top, twins to the bottom. Shotgun for Calvin, sniffer, and he'll shuffle back to the left. And a little quarterback counter is Calvin gets by it and uses that long stride of his to outrace the competition down the near sideline. If not for number 60, Riker Lufkin, Calvin might still be running. So a huge play there for the Cougars. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Something brewing here with 8:10 to go in the first quarter. All right, twins to the top and bottom of your screen. Shotgun. Motion into the backfield. This time they give it to him, and he's got to get vertical, and he starts to get vertical, and it just took too long to develop. It was number 19, Lucas Hernandez. And maybe some type of a counter off of that play would be extremely beneficial. And you could even do a quarterback counter with the quarterback, Calvin, as Lucas Hernandez looked like he was limping a little bit as he jogged off the field. Maybe got rolled up on a little bit. 2nd down and 10 for the Cougars. Signal will come in from the sideline. Twins to the, well, this is an illegal formation right now. So, oh, no, there was a man on the line. Didn't see it out of my camera shot. That's what happens when you rely on technology, Steve. I didn't see the split end on the line of scrimmage. I didn't see trips. I'm like, there's 2 guys off the line over here. You're tricking me. See, folks? Chat GPT, 4K or 8K or whatever we're looking at here, that will lie to you. The wing tee won't lie. Technology will lie. 3rd down and 8. Exactly right, sir. All right. That's right, Finn. You talk to yourself a lot up here in the booth. Okay, here comes a pass off of that. They got tipped and intercepted. They're fighting over it. Same team. And it's going to be taken there by number 30, Cash Mooneyhan. We've been saying his name a lot. And he'll come away with the interception. So the play was long in developing. Somebody got their hand on that ball, and it kind of fluttered. It was a rainmaker up in the air, and highest point was Mooneyhan. He fought his own teammate for it. Someone's going to get their name in the stat book. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 25 for the Wolverines. All right, here we go. Here's your test, fans. Let's see if they come out in wing tee, and let's see if the linemen tell us the truth. Don't look at the ball. Don't look at the running backs. Look at the offensive line. Don't make a liar out of me. Here we go. Yep, wing is to the left, twins to the right side. They are in shotgun, so they may lie to us. We'll see. It's pass blocking, and it is a pass. That ball flutters and is incomplete. It was intended for number 11, Aiden Hazelton. Over there in coverage was number 29. That was Ty Hickey. So what do they tell you in football? The play after a turnover is usually a game changer. You usually try to go for the money on a play after a turnover, a play after a fumble or an interception. You want to take a shot because it's like a free down. And that's exactly what the Wolverines did. Taking a shot after a turnover. All right, wing is to the right. Twins to the left. Again, in the shotgun. We'll watch the lineman. And that is a run play to the right. And there it goes. Cut back against the grain. That's the other thing. Every play designed to cut back against the grain. A nice job by Cash Mooneyhan reading his blocks. And that's going to set up a third down. We're going to call it 3. So big play coming up here for the Wolverines, and if you're the Cougars, you want to get off the field somehow. We'll see what they have dialed in. Wing to the right, twins to the left, shotgun formation once again. And the same play. And this time Mooneyhan breaks a couple of arm tackles, gets inside, or rather past the 40, down to the 41, up to the 41 as it were. 5:18 and counting here in the quarter. 14-0. Wolverines trying to add to their lead. They break the huddle, come up to the line. Once again, a shotgun look, wing to the left, twins to the right. And nice pass blocking up front all day long to throw. Finds his man over the middle. That's number 25. He'll finally get wrestled down. That was Jack Jahanet. And Jahanet will get to midfield, maybe a little beyond. We'll see how they mark it, right? Shy of midfield. Great protection up front by the Wolverines' offensive line. They were in their vertical set, getting back. We'll see if they have any kind of a slow middle screen or something in the playbook. Now would be the time to run it because it's second and short. So second and short, the other time you take a shot at the end zone. Wing to the right, slot, motion. Here comes a speed sweep to the field. All kinds of real estate. Great lead block there. Ball's on the carpet, and I think he may have reeled it back in. Very fortunate there. I think it was number 22 on the carry, Blake Robinson, and he reached back and pulled it into the bread basket before the Cougars could pounce on it. So a big first down and 10. You're going to go back and watch that replay on the highlight guy. You're going to see Mooneyhan lay the hurt down on that lead block. Well done leading the charge up the right side. Now we're under center. Let's watch our line. Wing right, split left. Just a base block and a missed tackle in the backfield. Another missed tackle there. He's going to get all the way down. The ball's on the carpet again, and this time the Cougars have it. So a missed opportunity there as a second and third effort is great, but you got to hold on to the football. You see Toby Bong kind of on your screen there limping off. Hope he's okay. 3:15 to go until the half. So now the Cougars at the 24-yard line, trying to get out of their territory. You don't want to play behind the sticks here. You want to go forward as much as you possibly can because you'll give up field position. And if you give up too much field position, you're going to see the Wolverines start to use their timeouts to conserve the clock. Trips to the bottom, split end to the top, shotgun formation, quarterback, and they do not block at the point of attack. Number 48, that's a missed assignment. Cole LaMarche just came untouched off the edge and had a free shot at Damian Calvin, and I'm sure Calvin was just as surprised as you were at home. Loss of 2, and here we are. You got to play in front of the sticks. Can't be playing behind the sticks. Once again, twins to the bottom of your screen. Split end to the top. Shotgun is Calvin. Queenan is the back in the backfield. Rolling to the right. Got to step up. He does, but cannot escape the second man. There was pressure coming from the secondary level. That was a great job by, I think it was number 74. You'll watch that back on the replay. Michael Small, Maggio. If it was in fact him. Could have also been, let's see, maybe 72. Camden Radonis. He's at the linebacker level. All right, once again, playing well behind the sticks. Got to watch out. Fires it down the field. Has a man in and out of the hands. Number 7, Isaiah LeBoy, was the intended receiver. And it touched his hands. It was contested by 2 Wolverines. And we are going to get a penalty against Derry. We'll get the official call here. You're going to get a holding call. So we will see what is enforced here. I think it is a spot foul. And it is. And in high school, there are no automatic first downs. Pass interference, holding. So if you're in the end zone and you think it's going to be a touchdown, commit pass interference, please, because they do not get an automatic first down. All right, you learned something here. 3rd and 9. Fired. Jump ball opportunity. In and out of the hands. This time it was to Calvin, who came to play wide receiver. That ball was tossed up there by a different quarterback. They tried to isolate the tallest player on the field for a jump ball. Quarterback in now into the game, who just threw that last pass, is, see if we can get a camera angle. Yeah, it looks like number 17. That was Lucas Russo. Another jump ball. This one also going to hit the carpet. So that pass is incomplete. 3 good opportunities there for the Cougars to get the first down yardage. The coverage was tight on each of those opportunities for the Cougars. So good coverage down the field, all contested. But it used to be an old rule my receiver coach in college used to say, if it touches your hands, you got to catch it. Easier said than done. 1st and 10 for the Derry Wolverines. Wing is right, split end is left. Under center, barking signals and controls. Dive play, just a little belly right up the gut. Cash Moynihan goes up the gut. Call that a belly play. He just reverse pivots and gives it to the first man through. Man on blocking there. That is a staple of wing T football. First down and 10 for the Wolverines. They are at about the 13-yard line and threatening to add to their 14-0 advantage. Wing right slot is to the left. Probably get some motion here. We do. Here comes your speed sweep, and they have the edge, and nobody is out there, and it's going to be a touchdown for number 25, Jack Johannet. And Johannet goes in for the Wolverine touchdown. 1:02 to play here. So you see how important field position becomes. Don't want to give up field position when you can help it. Ball will be placed on the 3. 2-point conversion coming up here for the Wolverines. Two backs in the backfield, tight end to the left. Waggle, and he can walk right into the end zone if he wants. He'll choose to throw because nobody covered the drag. That was number 11 on the reception, Aiden Hazelton, in for the 2-point conversion, and it is now 22-0 in favor of the Wolverines. 56 seconds to go in the first half of this one. Hey, are you looking to play sports in college? If yes, let the highlight guy help you get noticed and recruited. What do? Well, we create highlight videos, we film sporting events, and just like today, we live stream, all with the goal of helping athletes get noticed by college coaches. With the Highlight Guy, you are the star, so let us help you. Go to thehighlightguy.com or email steve@thehighlightguy.com to get started. And as a nonprofit organization, the Nashua Cougars could not thrive without the help of their sponsors. They want to give a huge Cougar roar to the top sponsors this year: Basco Excavation, Lopez Hardwood Floor Services, and Comcast. And all the sponsors not mentioned, the Cougars want you to know they're very thankful for everything you do for them every year to help ensure the athletes get everything they need. All right, this is going to be number 23, David Butler on the return. He goes vertical, then cuts back to the sideline. He's going to be rope tied down by number 25. That was Jack Johannet, and he was Johannet that tackle. First and 10 for the Cougars. They'll set up shop at their own 37-yard line. 46 seconds to go here. We'll see if any timeouts are employed by the Wolverines. Might depend how this first down play goes, but if you get a stop on first down, you might start using your timeouts. We'll see. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Calvin back to pass. Throws up in the air. Rainmaker. And it is caught. Tie goes to the offense. We'll see if they give it to the defense. Yeah, they give it to the offense. Usually when there's a tie and the ball goes dead, possession stays with the offense. And now we'll get a timeout. The sticks would move, and then they would restart the clock. But as it is, and you can, that's something that you also have to teach the kids if they're complaining about it. The play is dead when bodies hit the ground, and whoever has control of it, if it's a tie, the tie goes to the offense. You know who made that rule up, Steve? An offensive guy. Someone who wants to get more ratings on TV. Defense wins championships. Offense sells tickets. All right, it'll be a first and 10 opportunity. 37 seconds to go. I believe the Cougars still have 2 timeouts remaining here. So we'll see how they use the clock to their advantage. Drawing some plays up in the pellets. We'll see what they have dialed up. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Split end to the top inside the hash. One back to Kelvin's right, and that is Queenan. Ears pinned back. Nice block. Kelvin gets spun around. He'll get dumped at the 50-yard line. Another loss on the play. And again, you know, this Wolverine team, they have their ears pinned back, and they're just coming up full speed. If you have any kind of a slow middle screen, as the Cougars will call their second time out, we always used to say, if they're getting a pass rush on you, you got to change your snap count. You have to change your plays, a slow middle screen or a jailbreak screen, something to keep them second guessing so that they don't pin their ears back and just come. And that is exactly what the Wolverines are doing. You got to keep them honest. And if you're not going to run any kind of a slow screen in the middle or a slip screen, then you're going to keep getting that exact result. Undefeated from up here, Steve. Never lost a game critiquing others from behind the screen. But just my 2 cents. So anybody watching at home there you go. When you become a coach, install the slip screen. Okay, I digress. Second down and 15 for the Cougars. They're on the midfield stripe trying to get on the scoreboard with just 16 seconds to go. A little reverse pass, and that is going to be doomed. Play just took too long to develop. And that is going to do it for the first half. It is 22-0. The Derry Wolverines, they'll take it to the half, and so will we. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. We're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back with second half action right after these very important messages. Don't you go anywhere.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home.
I'm a beast.
Yeah, I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Step up in the building, swagger on point, right? Put your seatbelt on, cause it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long fight, but then again, maybe not. I'm about to get it in. Yeah, I got it on my mind. Let's end this thing in regulation. I ain't thinking overtime, cause I didn't work overtime, and I ain't trying to overgrind. I transform the beast mode just like
I was prime.
I came here to ball hard. I love this game, it's all I got. That's why I'm going all out and give it everything I got. Yeah, I give it all I got. As if it was my only shot. I play the game to win to the end until I pass out with you.
Meet Bouvier Prepare, your game changer in college athletics recruitment. We cut through the chaos, focusing on superb communication and top-notch organization. One-on-one attention, tailored strategies, and a winning game plan for emails, calls, camps, visits, and offer closings. Be prepared. Your limitless future starts now with Bouvier Prepare.
Hi, this is Deb Cody with the Dow Group at Keller Williams Coastal and Lakes and Mountains Realty. I have a passion for helping people, and I love to help people with their real estate goals, whether it's buying, selling, or investing. I'm licensed in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, and work with an incredible team, the Dow Group, which has been the #1 real estate team in New Hampshire for the past several years. Collectively, the team has sold over $1 billion worth of real estate in the past 20 years. If you're curious to know what the local market is like in your area, feel free to reach out via my website, deb.thedowgroup.com, and let's get connected.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back to Mata Field at Stellos Stadium. It is the second half of the penultimate game, the JV version of the football game here before the fireworks are set to begin. It's Jason Roby, it's Steve Cody, it's the highlight guy. You are watching live, and we have been here since 8 o'clock this morning calling games, which means Steve probably got here at 7 to set up his equipment, probably earlier at 6:30. As I always like to say on my broadcast, it looks like Radio Shack vomited all over the table to my right. But I used that reference a week ago thinking, okay, we'll go Best Buy because nobody knows what Radio Shack is. So at any rate, I loved Radio Shack. I got this beautiful Acer screen in front of me so I can see everything clearly. It is a 22-0 Derry Wolverine JV lead over the Nashua Cougars. The Cougars had the ball to start the game, so they'll kick off to start things here in the second half. It's an onside kick. It's a slow roller. Got to get on it. Ball continues to roll. Ball is still live, and it went just a little too far. If it had stopped 2 yards shorter, Cougars would have come away with it. As it is, number 40 for the Wolverines pounces on the ball. That's Brennan Voisin. He was Johnny on the spot there. So pretty good field position for the Wolverines. They'll shut up shop. 1st and 10, far hash, 40-yard line. If you've not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button so that you can be aware of whenever we schedule a live stream. We have 5 new subscribers, Steve. Look at that, people. Listen, want to welcome all of our friends from the Derry area who are watching, couldn't be with us here today, and obviously all of our friends from the Nashua area and from around the globe. Power off to the right side. That is number 11. He's on his feet, and a nice first down gain by number 11, Aiden Hazelton. 5 tough yards there. 2nd down and 5. For the Wolverines. Starting to cool down a little bit here in the booth. It was cool this morning, and then it got a little hot. We were running the heat up here in the press box. Wing is to the left, split end to the right. Belly play, and bam, right there in the hole is Mooneyhan. He broke the first tackle, and he'll drag several defenders. The ball is loose. The Cougars have come away with it. Unbelievable. Damian Calvin, and we actually talked with Coach Ryan Ray about this in the game prior. When do you go down? When should you kind of go down to the ground? Well, Mooneyhan was still driving players, pulling players with him. First guy, they always teach you, first guy hold him up, second guy go for the strip. There were 4 guys holding him up, and the 5th guy came in for the strip. So 1st down and 10 for the Cougars. They come away, the beneficiary of a strip. Calvin calling signals, quick handoff into the backfield. Calvin gets a block in there. And a nice job by Calvin protecting his runner, Carter Queenan, who bounced out to the right side. So a good tackle there to bring him down, but not before he picks up about 4 yards. And those quick hitters are what Nashua will have to do. They'll set up trips to the boundary, split end to the top of the screen. Or trips are down to the bottom of the screen, rather. Easy for me to say. Swing pass, and that is exactly what you want to do. It was just a little underthrown. It was Queenan. And I would almost like to see, instead of Queenan running the out route, I would like to see Queenan come back towards the middle. That way, Calvin doesn't have to throw off his back foot. He can kind of just dump it over the middle. But that's what we were talking about, the Wolverines pinning their ears back. And got to believe they're going to bring some pressure here as well. They're showing 4 guys coming. And it's almost a delay blitz. As what happens is those 2 inside linebackers are keying on Calvin. And when he tucks it and runs, they both head towards him. So good job by the Wolverine linebackers. That's going to set up a 4th down and 3. But you also have to give credit to Calvin as he falls forward on that run. Play signal in from the sideline, trips to the field, split end to the boundary. Queenan is to Calvin's left. Calvin breaks a tackle. He has the line to gain. He gets down to the 40-yard line. There are no flags on the field. And if you were looking for a block in the back or a hold, a lot of times what happens is if you engage with the defensive player and they slip off you, but you never lose the engagement, even if you're on the side or the back, you won't get a block in the back call. And that may have been what happened there. That's why we always were taught to almost box out like in basketball. Get the defender or the offensive player trying to block you on your back. Oh, boy. A little delay. Queenan slips through and makes something out of nothing. Almost like the play took so long to develop, it was almost like a draw, and the defenders kind of ran by Queenan. Almost like a wraparound draw, we used to call it. A lot of substitutes coming on the field for the Wolverines. 2nd down and 6. Pass. Swing pass, and again, it's short. But again, look at the middle of the field. There's nobody there. If you could slip Queenan, because those linebackers, they come. If you could slip Queenan into the middle of that, might be hard to find him, but it might go for good yardage. Twins to the top and bottom of your screen. Queenan is in a sniffer position up to the right. Calvin, here comes motion. Calvin will keep it. Try to run into the boundary and will find it a tough go. He'll get stacked up. Might pick up a yard or 2. And that will bring up a 4th down and 6. No gain on the play. Trips to the right, split end on the bottom of your screen. Calvin firing, single receiver side, and it is caught. Calvin battled 2 Wolverines for that ball, and it was up for grabs. Who wants it? Calvin pulls it away. So 1st down for the Cougars. Pass may have been a hair underthrown, but it was in a place where Calvin could get it. So a nice job by number 17, Lucas Russo. First down. Russo follows his blocks, tries to get the edge, holds the ball with 2 hands. He might pick up a yard, potentially maybe 2. And we'll see if they go back to that jump ball in the corner. They know that whenever Calvin goes out as a split end, they have to account for him with 1, sometimes 2 players on a double team. 2nd down, call it a long 8. Shotgun snap. It's a good one. Swing pass, and there it is again. They've had that play dialed in 3 times, and 3 times it's fallen short of Queenan. It's a good play call. It's just beyond the reach, and you got to put a little more mustard on that hot dog as you're falling backwards if you are the quarterback. That'll bring up a big 3rd down. It's 4 down territory if you are the Cougars, clearly, so they have 2 downs to get 9 yards. firing, up for grabs, comes back for it. How did he almost catch that ball? And then it was almost intercepted. Wow. Broken up at the last second by Robinson. But Calvin had a shot at it. Going to set up a 4th down. Play will come in from the sideline. Trips to the bottom of the screen, split end to the top. Calvin back at quarterback. Queenan steps up the block. Got to get rid of it. The ball hits somebody. A lineman caught it backwards. It is a legal play. Number 66 in there, Julian Garcia. He high-pointed that ball. And that is a legal play. Play went backwards. Crazy. So 1st and 10. We've seen just about everything in this game. Hey, EarthTech Systems is a premier provider of heat pump technology with a strong specialization in geothermal HVAC systems. By championing energy efficiency and sustainability, their innovative solutions not only prioritize environmental benefits, but also help customers save significantly on energy costs. If this sounds good to you, learn more about their cutting-edge designs and unmatched expertise at earthtechsystems.com. First back through is Mooneyhan. He stiff arms one player, gets ridden down by 2 others. 64 and 7 are in there, along with 41. That was Maxwell and LeBoy, along with Williams on the stop. Sizable gain on 1st down, 2nd and 5. So you can see the quick hitters, you don't have to sustain your blocks for too long when you're under center. You can just turn and hand that ball off. You're going downhill right now. Wing right, slot up the top of the screen, motion. Here comes the speed sweep. They were ready for it, but they didn't wrap him up, and there's nobody home on the backside. To quote my friend Shaggy, or rather Scooby-Doo, Rut-Row Raggy. And off he goes, off to the races. Number 25 is Jack Johannet. He started to the left. They had him for a 5-yard loss. The backside player went underneath the action. And when Johannet reversed field, there was nobody home on the backside. And that's something you work on in practice all the time. Don't be quick to chase down from the backside. We used to tell our backside players, if you're going to make a tackle on a long run to the other side, it's going to be 25, 30 yards down the field, not parallel to where it is. Stay home on the backside, protect against the cutback. Power off the left side, nobody there. Aiden Hazelton will go in for the score. And that's one of those plays that will keep you up at night because you have him stopped for a 5-yard loss, and he turns it into a fantastic run. And good for him keeping the play alive. 2:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Derry up 30-0 against the Cougars. Anthony Piasek to do the honors for the Wolverines. Ball is teed up at the 40. Good running start. Plays onside. And it goes over the 2nd line and now past the 3rd line. And that was 93 on 23. Good hustle by Daniel Langlois. And David Butler chased that one down. Got a few yards before he was wrestled down. 2:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hey, when you step into Luke's Bar and Grill, you're stepping into more than just a restaurant. It's a family, owned and operated, and that's been serving the community since 2019. The motto is simple: never forget where you came from. With a commitment to good food, great service, and giving back, Luke's is where neighbors become friends. Visit them today at 142 Lowell Road in Hudson, New Hampshire, or online at lukesbarandgrill.com. That was Queenan, and again, play just taking too long to develop there in the backfield. Queenan will come out, and LeBoy will come back into the game. Trips to the top of the screen. And that was number 17, scrambling Russo to his left. Third down play coming up here for the Cougars. Shotgun snap, taking a shot over the top, and it was underthrown. But you like the matchup there, as Galvin obviously had a bit of a height advantage on that one. It's going to set up a fourth down. Call it 4th and 25. Twins to the top, Twins to the bottom. We'll see if they punt this or go for it. They're going to go for it. Going to take a shot over the top, and nobody's there. Just threw it down the middle of the field as far as he could, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the changeover on downs. And the Wolverines, once again in striking distance, just outside the 10-yard line. Bro, 56 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Jason Roby calling all of the action for you here on the Highlight Guy. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. This is game 5 of 6 here today, and game 7 of 8 for me. It has been a long weekend, folks. We started Friday night. We had a college game yesterday, and 6 games here today. Northeast Junior High football. Isolation, Mooneyhan. Right through the A-gap. Finally get brought down. Looked like number 55 in on there for the tackle was Levi Dabney. Going to be 2nd down. And they can get a 1st down, so they set up shop outside the 10 at about the 12. So we'll call it 2nd down and 6. They can get a 1st down. All right, want to thank Bulldog Kane. He subscribed to the channel. Good stuff there. Wing is to the left. Belly on the outside. Go low. Take him down. Nice job by number 28 there for the Cougars. That was Toby Bong. Had to go low on Brennan Voisin, but brought him down. And a nice job as the clock will hit zeros here in the third quarter. We're going to head to the fourth from Monta Field at Stello Stadium. Going to take a quick break and be right back with fourth quarter action right after these messages.
Are you looking to play sports in college? Almost every college recruiting website recommends having a highlight video as one of the top 3 crucial recruiting tools. In fact, 93% of college coaches we surveyed said they watch a recruit's highlight video as part of their player assessments. Our sole purpose is to make you look good. Our highlight videos include an athlete bio and accolade page, stop motion, and player highlight. The video is not done until you are completely satisfied and say it's done. We also upload to YouTube or whatever recruiting platform you use. The highlight guy can also film your high school or club games to capture you in action, resulting in amazing footage that you can use to help create your highlight video. We have the expertise to help you get recruited. Check out our website at thehighlightguy.com or contact Steve at thehighlightguy.com to get started on your path to playing sports in college.
Welcome back. It is 3rd down and 7. Wolverines threatening once again. And it's going to be there's a buck sweep play to the outside. It was number 87, and I think he got in. He did. That was Henry Forbes chugging off to the right side, chewing up real estate and falling past the pylon. 9:51 to go here. Wolverines will line up for the 2-point conversion. Wing left split end to the top of the screen. Power off to the left side and falling backwards into the end zone for the 2-point conversion is number 88. I don't know if that was Oliver Bello or Connor Murphy. They're both listed as number 88. So we are in running clock situation here. The clock will continue to run. The only time it will stop is for what they call tips, touchdown. Injury, penalty, timeout, injury, penalty, score. My goodness. It's been a long day, Steve Cody, let me tell you. All right, Wolverines ready to kick this thing off. 9:30 to go. And it will touch down at about the 41-yard line. Gathered in there. And again, 88 on the tackle. We're not sure if it was Bello or Murphy. They're both listed as JV players. Whistle will blow. My first coughing spell of the weekend, folks. All right, here we go. 5-yard penalty marched off against the Cougars. So technically I didn't miss a play, Steve, because it didn't count. 1st and 15 rather, for the Cougars. A quick hitter off the right side, reading his keys and off to the races. We could have a touchdown run here. And it will be number 29, Ty Hickey, goes the distance. Great job of blocking up front. And he gets to the house. So there is the S in tips. Clock stops on a score. They will line up for two. I want to thank everyone for joining us again here this afternoon and really all day if you've been with us. It's been our pleasure to bring some competitive games to you here on the Highlight Guy. As Queenan gets slammed down to the turf by 3 Wolverines. 2-point conversion is no good. So 8:01 to go in this one. The Cougars are on the board. And that'll give us a chance to tell you that if you are interested in joining the Nashua Cougars Board of Directors, join the Nashua Cougars.net. Go to the NashuaCougars.net. What do the Board of Directors do? Well, they provide purpose to the organization by creating the best possible opportunity for every youth football player in Nashua. They provide scholarships, transportations, and try to go above and beyond on a daily basis for all their athletes. So again, if you're interested in joining the Cougars Board of Directors, go to NashuaCougars.net. All right. Here we go with the kickoff. This is number 12, Anthony Lazo. Lazo puts his right foot into the ball. It's a slow roller gathered in there by Mooneyhan. He dances around, heads back towards the middle of the field, falls forward. And finally tackled there, looked like 59 Kai Nguyen and 29 Ty Hickey maybe on the tackle. Could have also been 26, but there's no 26 on my roster that I can see. So, 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. Ball's on the 47, or as Bob Bates would say, the 53. Wing right, split end at the bottom of the screen. A little power play to the right, and he got blocked to the ground. That was Levi Dabney making the acquaintance of number 39, Grayson Shank. Pickup of 5, we'll call it 2nd and 5 from the Nashua Cougar 42. Clock continues to run at 6:40. And we have a timeout so the trainer can get to the other side of the field to potentially check on an injury on the other side of the field. And that's the injury part of tips. Now the clock will start again. Wing right, split left. Same play on the other side to the side of the field. It's going to be Shank again, and he's going to get wrapped up. This time, number 64, Tyler Maxwell, and some of his friends will meet Grayson. Maybe a half a yard on the play. EarthTech Systems is a local premier green heating and cooling technology company. Their goal is to save you time and money. They specialize in geothermal HVAC systems. For your heating or cooling needs, contact the experts at earthtechsystems.com. No install or repair project is too challenging for the experts in green HVAC technology. That's earthtechsystems.com. Isolation play right off the right side, and Brennan Voisin on the carry that time. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Five minutes to go in this one. Same play to the other side, reaching around and grabbing for a handful of jersey was number 58, Theodore Whitney. And Whitney grabbed the ball carrier and dragged him down to the ground. Nice play as we head into the 4:10 mark. Wing to the bottom, split into the top, two backs in the backfield. Barking signals, here it comes. Isolation play, a little stop, jump, cut back into the middle. And again, that is number 88. And again, it was either Oliver Bello or Connor Murphy on the carry. They're both listed as number 88 on my roster. So we'll call him Oliver Bello, Connor Murphy on the carry. If anybody knows, please get in touch with the highlight guy. Let us know who number 88 is for the Derry Wolverine JV level. Make sure we get that young man's name correct. Wing to the top of the screen, split end to the bottom, two backs in the backfield. Forbes is the halfback, but they're going to give it to number 40, Voisin, rather. And Voisin on a step to the right shuffle and then straight ahead vertically goes. Good tackle there, met by Anthony Lazo and Toby Bong. So good combination tackle by those two. It's going to set up a 4th down and 3. We'll see if the Cougars can get this one a turnover on downs. Clock continues to tick. 2:20 and counting. We have a little power I formation, double tight end. They're going to run a double isolation play, and I think he is going to have enough. That was Henry Forbes off to the right side. You'll see the far side official. It looks like his feet are past the sticks, and he is calling, in fact, for the first down. So the first time today we saw the Wolverines jump into a double tight power I formation. First down and 10 for the Wolverines. We're going to head inside of 2 minutes down to 1:49. Wing is now to the right, split in the bottom of your screen, two backs in the backfield. And they will take a knee here and run out the clock on this one. 1:23 and counting. Probably only have to snap the ball a couple more times. And you could hear over the public address announcer stating that the next game will be the marquee matchup of the evening. Two undefeated teams as the Derry Wolverines and the Nashua Cougars set to go head-to-head. By last check, I believe this Derry Wolverine team was the last team to beat this Cougar football team a year ago on the Nashua's way to the state title. It was probably a wake-up call for them to refocus. I'm sure they've had this game circled on their calendar for an entire year. And that is going to do it as both teams head for the sidelines. And they'll shake hands at the 50. Good sportsmanship being shown by both of these teams. They'll get the congratulatory handshake, and with 10 seconds left, that's going to put this one in the books. The Derry Wolverines in a hard-fought game will come out on top of the Nashua Cougars 38-6 here in our penultimate game of the evening. Want to thank you all for watching us here on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody, the man on the moving pictures. We will take a quick 30-second break and be back for the marquee matchup of the year. The undefeated Derry Wolverines taking on the undefeated Nashua Cougars. It should be a banger. Thanks for joining us here on the Highlight Guy Network. We'll be right back after these messages.